Hey y'all, it's Indigo here. Welcome back, guys. This is going to be round two of my Grand Arena. I'm excited to show you guys how things went. This is the map. Let's get right into it. We'll go ahead and check out the north, see what he's got up here. Looks like Revan will be the toughest team up here, so let's get into that. Y'all know me, I like to use Traya lead as my counter with Fast Thrawn and then Darkside Bastila. His Revan, fortunately, is one of the newer ones. He recently unlocked it. It's low gear and it's pretty slow. So you can see that I deviated from my typical pattern. I went first, so I went ahead and fractured Revan. And that allows you for Trey to go and immediately get an isolate off right off the bat without having to get dogpiled and wait, for that cooldown to decrease. So I was able to fracture Revan and go ahead and get an isolate off on GK before anybody else was going. I mean, because the team was so slow compared to mine. So once that happens, it makes it really short work. The fact that Traya's not knocking at death's door and everybody's got full health, full protection. Their team's sitting over there just debuffed all to hell. Makes it a lot easier for me for a counter team. So I had high hopes for this. I went in figuring that it would be a fairly easy win. I just didn't want to get cocky and, make any mistakes or anything. But you can see there, annihilate Revan. And now you're just tanking out the hits until Annihilate can come back around. Got GK isolated, so he's not going to taunt. Even though I normally like to isolate Jolie, he can't bring Revan back because he was annihilated. So Drain Force, just work on getting Annihilate to come back around. Throw a fracture over there to Yoda. Keep him on the sidelines. You can see he doesn't really have a lot of, damage potential. You can tell it was just a newer comp. Like he had some purple gears in there. Just wasn't top arena quality. Although I bet with a Revan team, he could still climb up pretty high nowadays in his arena. But this one, it wasn't too hard for me for Grand Arena, so knock this one out first, get it out of the way. That way I know it's not going to stop me, slow me down from getting to his ships. There goes GK, annihilates up. Went ahead and did it to Ezra there because Jolie's already isolated. One shot on Yoda, and now plenty of time just to put some damage down onto Jolie. Could have flipped it to auto, but there wasn't much point. Tried to see if I could heal up or get some, a little bit of protection to get some extra points. 59 banners, not bad at all. The tough one down and moving on to the next. Dealt with his Revan up top. Go ahead and move down to the south. I can see that he also put Traya on defense. That's good for me because that means he doesn't have a viable counter for my Revan. So at most, he's only going to get through half the board. So with that in mind, I just want to try and one-shot everything else just to make it that much tougher for him. I mean, he's got an outside chance at a Revan counter, but without this Traya squad, since he set it on D, he's really going to be up a creek. So I went ahead and used my CLS team, Chewie, Han, C-3PO, R2, double Zeta on C-3PO, double on R2, all three on Luke. Chewie's got double. Han's got his. I mean, it's a good team, and it just puts in work on the triumvirate. It's a really good Traya counter, and I didn't figure I would need it for anything else. Once I saw that both his Revan and his Traya were on D, I figured once I get through this and just, see what's in the back, I should be in good shape. So I lost Luke. Traya just knocked him out. I keep trying to get a stun on Dooku here, but not having much luck. But I'm not in danger of losing the match. You can see it's pretty easy. Dooku's a little bit annoying, but this team's so overpowered, I really don't have anything to worry about. There goes Han doing his thing. Boom. Game over. 53 banners. Good enough. Next up is his first order team. I just went ahead and used my own first order team because he did have them all gear 12. He did have a Zeta on the Stormtrooper there. I just wanted to make sure not to mess anything up. And I know how to handle my own first order pretty well, and I know that they're pretty well modded and good gear, and I know the Zetas that I got, so went ahead and just did a mirror. That way it's safe. I know I'm going to win, get decent banners, and I don't waste too much of a valuable team depending on, what he's got in the back. So if you know how I like to play, I like to get them down 4v5, 3v5. Then it usually ends up with just the Kylo twins. So, got my Executioner putting in work. Stormtrooper's about to go down. Work on him. Keep crew stunned as much as possible. Like to use that, his AoE to give the turn meter to the FO with advantage. Meanwhile, Executioner just kind of builds up till he can start doing the massive hits. I know if you guys have seen my previous Grand Arena videos, you've seen how I work with First Order normally on Bounty Hunter squads, but they do really well in a mirror, obviously. So, short work of that team. Just working on Xylo now. Not much working for him. I mean, he's stunned, he can't do anything, and there he goes. Okay, we're gonna go back up north and take out the Bossk Bounty Hunter squad. I like to use my JTR team. This time I got JTR-led resistance with BB-8, Stick Ray, Resistance Trooper, and then Poe. Since I used up my R2 earlier in my CLS squad, stuck Poe in there. His special is pretty good where he gives the AoE exposed. That helps out a lot with the turn meter. You see me focus on IG-88 there. Take him out real quick. He's probably the squishiest of the bunch. While I'm doing that, the key is to work on Bossk as far as his turn meter. Keep his turn meter down or ability blocked. With Ray's special. That way he doesn't get a taunt off and I don't have to worry about him tanking out the hits. Now I'm putting in some work on Cad Bane. He's like the next weakest that I can get to. So go ahead and work on him. Resistance does make short work of a Bossk team. Even if they are modded correctly and geared up and got the Zetas on there. It's still, they're an ideal squad to be able to take this team out and still get pretty good on banners. Trying to focus on Boba here. Don't want him throwing an execute once my guys are all buffed and debuffed, especially when ID comes out. You can see it's out right there. Everybody's got turn meter. There goes Poe. Boba's gone once. And twice. There, he's done. Now at this point, it's just focus on Bossk, keep his turn meter down, but start taking chunks out of his health, because can't get to Dengar. But you can just sit there, it doesn't matter. He's not going to do a whole lot of anything. Now that Bossk protection is gone, you can start taking him out. Goes down easily. Dengar's still stealth with tenacity up, but that doesn't matter. Throw in BB-8, assist, roll with the punches. Expose from Poe. Done. Moving on to the next squad. The last squad he had up north was his Bastila squad. I went ahead and saved Night Sisters for them. You know, you guys know from my previous videos, if you've seen them, I hate Night Sisters. Can't really stand the mechanics. Had to pause there just to read the moves because I'm just not familiar with them. I don't care for them, but as a squad, they're too powerful. They're not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So they're ideal against a Bastila team if you can, if you can play it right, get Plague to go off, things like that to help whittle them down. And so his was fairly weak. He didn't have like Grandmaster Yoda, Hermit Yoda. It was just weaker Jedi. His stronger ones were with his Revan squad. I mean, and that's fine. That's what a lot of us do. But it just makes it a little bit easier to pick off with Night Sisters. So I just try and focus on Zaris first, because she's got that built-in heal with her Zeta where they'll heal on crits. And she'll also use her special ability to heal everybody up. And that'll keep getting rid of Plague too. We don't really want that. We want to get rid of the healing as much as possible. Stuck behind old Ben's taunt right now. I just keep letting Zombie take the hits. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with Night Sisters and everything they do and all the intricacies of their moves. But I know Zombie's supposed to tank and do his job. Meanwhile, everybody else kind of whittles the rest of the squad down, kind of take them out one by one. Lost MT there, but Zombie brings her back. But got rid of Zaris, so that's a big step in the right direction. Qui-Gon Jinn is probably the squishiest, so start putting in work on him. And Zombie keeps taunting. And even when he doesn't taunt, okay, he seems to get attacked anyway. It's like the AI is kind of programmed to go after a tank. So they like to pick on him anyway. So I guess I'll use that to my benefit. Took out Qui-Gon. Got old Ben. Got Anakin left. Anakin's probably the best damage dealer. But there went old Ben. Still got all of my squad. They look to be in pretty good shape. There goes Anakin. Now it's just Bast left with plenty of time. And just got to work on her getting rid of that initial protection up that she gives everybody. But can control her with the amount of turn meter that the Night Sisters get. And right there using Mother Talzin's dogpile ability. And trying to get her frozen with Daka, that's nice. It helps her from buffing herself up and dragging the battle out longer. So there goes. Zombie finished her off. Done. Alright, with N1 open, we move on to ships. I'm not going to put the ship battle in here. You know how I feel about ships. Don't really care for them. You can see it was just AA fleet against AA fleet. We both had Houndstooth, Millennium Falcon. You can see I took care of business, 64 banners. Let's move back to the ground combat. Alright, this is his South 2. That's the last of the squads that he had waiting him back for me. I got plenty of firepower left to work with, so let's get on with it. So I went ahead and sent in a hodgepodge team with Rex Wampa. I put Chase just for the healing and tank ability. And then I put my own Nest in since he also had Nest. Figured worst comes to worst, they'd match up against each other. Got the Wampa with the Days there, trying to go to work on Vandor Chewie. I know he can be a pain with revives, so trying to take him out as fast as possible. Got him frozen. Do Rex's big attack. And there it is. Wampa knocked him out. From here is just self-explanatory. I figured I figured I would end up with just Nest at the end, and I know Nest can sometimes take several minutes to kill, so try and get some hits in on Nest in between, do what I can, but the rest of the team kind of falls like dominoes. Once Vandor's gone, the rest of them can't do anything. ST Han gave a little bit of turn meter while he was taunting, but he's about to go down. And there he goes. Next up on the squishiness level would be Qi'ra. Take her out, get rid of her. Now we just got young Han there. Here you can see, the reason I pause is just because I'm figuring out, is there anything I can do that will get Nest down under the bonus protection? The purple protection seems almost infinite sometimes. So it's a little tricky to get under there and try to get some damage into the actual health or catch her without it. But I'll work on her a little bit while I'm taking out young Han. He's gone. Now is just Nest. Threw it on auto to see, what can the AI do? Maybe the AI can move a little bit faster or get things moving. There's Wampa with the big hits. So as Wampa kind of powers up, takes Nest down to red bar, and then boom, my own Nest takes her out. Done with that one. The last squad to take out now is going to be his Ewoks. They were all gear 12, and he had the Zetas on them. But even with that, they're still pretty easy to take out. And I know I throw mine on defense, but this is why you shouldn't throw them on defense. Just go after one that's squishy. In this case, I was able to take out, I think that was Elder. That starts the turn meter train for the Imperial troopers. And with the range there, giving them the buffs, that's going to help out with their turn meter too, and their damage. So after you get one, knock out another, knock out another. This whole thing could have probably been done on auto, but I always like to see kind of what's going on. So work on them, death mark, buff up some more. Boom. And done. Game over. Alright, that's that. Ewoks down. Board's clear on my end. I got 1913 for banners. And let me show you the board real quick. And now here's the board when I woke up the next morning. He had done some work. He got stuck on my Revan. He went a couple battles there, and he had gone a couple battles on my Qi'ra squad. That's it for me for this round. Still undefeated, so we'll see you guys in round 3 for the championship for this go-around. Take it easy. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.